I forgot. Okay, so I was saying that that was the date and that was the time, and then I was like, I don't know if I have anything on my face because I just ate. It's probably barbecue sauce. I care not at this time. But yeah, I forgot the headphone, so I was like, wait a minute, what am I forgetting? And then I was like, wait, did I even put my mic down? Flip. Hamster dance, huh? Hamster dance. Hmm. Possibly need to turn this up. Okay. Still no social security card in the mail. It's only been like 2 days. Nerve of these people. They have 2 weeks. And they're gonna take all 2 weeks of it. All 14 days of it, you know. Yeah, there's 7 days out of the week here. Did you know that was it Venus or Mars? If on one of the surrounding planets, it's one of their days is 84 years here. And I was like, wow. Could you imagine being up for like 84 years? That'd be something else. Not being able to sleep. Ish. It's like, I mean, if you were to come here, like there, from there, like having a regular sleep cycle, and every one of those days is 84 years here, and then coming over here, you would like never sleep, but like, I guess 84 years you would sleep, and then you'd be awake 84 years. Ah, like that'd be like quite the jet lag. Oh, it'd be crazy. Be like, why does everybody have to sleep so much? It probably wouldn't work that way. They'd be like, oh, it's nighttime? Alright, let's just try, you know? No, we're waiting. I don't have anything else to talk about, you know, I ate food. It's like, I don't have anything following me, do I? I can't recall. It feels like it's been 4 days, honestly. I fell asleep and I woke up several times last night, and then I had multiple dreams last night. Like, it was like one after the other after the other. I'm like, okay. Alright, now I'm not sure what I did in Minecraft. I apologize. I should remember trivial things like video games. But anyways, I watched a lot of awful TV today. I'm sorry. Informative things that have enriched my soul to the extent that I shall be supremely justified in my actions later on in life. There's a whole bunch of trife. What do they call it? Crap. A whole lot of crap that I watched today. Ugh. One of the worst things that, okay, I was told that this police officer had used some horrible language to this and invoke the person to swing their gun up or whatever, and this was why this person had come out of their flippin' house or someone's house with this flippin' gun. And I'm like, dude, they were called here. First off, they were called to wherever they were called because of some sort of discrepancy. He was saying how he was going to put a hole in the person unless he he put down the guns. Now, I don't know whether this person was under the influence of drugs or whatever, but he just kept looking around like he didn't even see these police officers. And then he engaged and spoke to them. He was like, what? And then, like, he was like, put down the effing gun, or we're going to put holes in you. And it was like, okay. So, it's like, he's talked to him many times, and then the guy goes to swing closer, and this officer didn't know whether or not this gun was going to come up and shoot him. I would have done the same thing. I would have opened fire on him, and he unleashed all of his bullets. I believe it's called a mag. His magazine is no longer full. I guess maybe some shells. I don't know if they pop them out. I'm not a gun person, not really. So I'm not sure if the weapon of choice that he was using had actually popped out shells with it, because I know, like, a shotgun, you have to pop it open and knock out the shells. I got to play with one of those once. Gave the hugest bruise on my damn shoulder blade. Well, not my shoulder blades back there, but my shoulder. It was like a bruise like that big. I was like really little. I remember coming back, I think I was like 5 or 6. It was either 4, 5, or 6 whenever George had allowed us. He took us on a hunting trip. My younger sister and me. I got to hold the gun, and I could barely, shoot it. But there was, we called him Uncle Tom, but he wasn't a relation towards us. He was there too, and he told me which tree to shoot at, and I was like, I don't want to shoot the tree. And he was like, well, you might shoot someone, so you need to learn how to shoot. And I was like, okay. So, me being the youngling that I was, and listening to superiors or adults, I shot the gun and I flipped backwards with it. I mean, it slammed hard on me too. I did not know that you were supposed to compress it on your shoulder and snug it in and hold it tight, because then it would give you like a but anyways, it bruised me, and Ivory wasn't allowed to try it afterwards because of what my thing was. But I remember them popping it out and shaking the thing out. They were like red shells. Yeah, I'm not sure what type of I'm told that there are multiple different types of shotgun shells. There's some that have different contents in there for different types of game. But anyways, that was my extent of playing with a gun. I've played with BB guns, and I've never been able to play with a paintball gun, even though I'd love to. That might be fun. I have been shot by a paintball gun. Those things, they're owie. They leave little bruises and welts. It was painful. But, yeah. Anyway, so he unloaded his whole mag onto this guy, and they were saying that it was malintent and everything, that they should have, you know, continued to talk to him or whatever. And I'm like, I was like, dude, I would have shot too. There's just no. And then they showed some more clips about how this, where am I headed? This way? No. This way. So then they showed more stuff on how people, like, okay, this guy comes into this police station, okay? And I was like, what the hell is this guy on? Because, like, not only did he come in to the police station, but his, I'm kind of thinking that there could have been some, like, drugging of this person and then putting him in front of this police station after riling him up, and then he came in trying to shoot people. But yet he didn't seem very coherent, because not only did he not know how to fire the gun, but he popped the cartridge, the mag or whatever, out of its holster, the gun, and it was just like, whoa, dude. Uh-oh, that's one of those, So and then, like, his family tries to sue the police station, that police station, with, for $10,000. And I was like, why? I was like, he came in there with the gun and started trying to shoot these people. I was like, I think they should run a drug screen on there and, like, see whose gun it was. They might be able to pin it for an actual murder. Like, it could have been his family, because, like, they were really quick with the trying to sue. They possibly tried using him as, like, an insurance claim scam kind of thing. It's like, wow, it's sad though. Oh, what cute foxes. Oh, what does he have in his mouth? Is that a mushroom? I think it might be a mushroom. I shouldn't chase them. Oh damn, that's some more snow. Wow, ice peaks. Snowy area. I'm going to follow this little green up. Well, it disappeared, so maybe I should log out, because that would be me disappearing. So, I was just like, wow, these people really think they're gonna get $10,000. I was like, there's footage of this guy coming in with the gun waving around and then starting to try to fire this weapon at people, and then popping out the mag, and then the cop behind the desk was going, gun, 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 and I guess someone else gave him a gun, and then he opened the slide window and then, like, made sure that that guy was fully out before, like, even going out of that desk area. It's like, dude. But some of the other stuff that I had watched was a whole lot of complaints about this and that, but nothing at all. It's like, wah. Males are dressing like females. Wah. Females are dressing like males. Wah. What really gets me is this, these people who don't know how to be people sitting there screaming at one another for respect, but nobody really cares what your sexual preference is. We just want to make sure that you're not hurting the children. Dude, nobody cares what my sexual preference is. I don't care what their sexual preference is. It's like that kind of stuff you keep in the bedroom, you know? I'm kind of really old school with that. It's like, dude. It's like I'm not one to sit there and like kiss and tell. But holy flip, these people are crazy. I accidentally popped the wrong one. Give me a second. And it's like everybody's in everybody's business, and I'm like, they're putting it in everyone's business because they're popping it up on this damn the social media, and it's like they want people to complain about it. They want people to talk about it. I was like, you're just feeding into this crap. Just don't. I mean, the stuff about sexualizing children needs to go. It should not be a thing. This is illegal. It's always been illegal. It's always going to be illegal unless there are some crazy people who need to be, deleted from this server. Because that kind of stuff does not fly in a lot of places. And the places that are letting this fly need to go somewhere else. I mean, this stupid, crazy crap. It's like people want everybody to breed out the wazoo, but then they want to abuse the children. What the flip is wrong with these people? It's pretty damn nifty. I got like three to four of those. Should have probably checked my emerald thing before. I thoroughly believe that there should be groups that actually patrol the schools just to make sure that the teachers are honestly teaching what they should be teaching and not perverting the school system with their own mentality. And that the school system should be held accountable for what they actually are teaching the children. Because some of this stuff is definitely not kosher. It's like, I don't believe religion should be in schools, like, at all. Like, anyone's religion. That's trying to indoctrinate somebody into a religion that they themselves would possibly never go into, as well as their parents would not approve of them teaching them other ideals. Because it's not your point or space to sit there and put your own ideals into someone else's child. As long as nobody's getting hurt in the process, there should be no outside, crap happening like that. It's like if the children are being cared for properly, there should be no outside influences with their religion. Ugh. Anyways, I am not a fan of any religion. I think that there are a whole lot of people using and abusing religions just to meet their own needs and satisfy their own goals. But that's my personal preference. I don't approve of people teaching anyone's children religion. It's not their place. Yeah. Now, see, there are some massively concerning things that people should worry about. If people are teaching their children violence, and that violence is the only way to gather or do anything in society, that is entirely the wrong things to be teaching. Just, dude. It's like the reason why we made laws and rules were to instill that we were still civilized. We're still able to process things and not, oh, you hurt my feelings, let me just smash your head in, kind of thing. No, it doesn't work for anybody. Give me a second, I'm trying to get further up here. Damn, let me, Alright, so it's gonna be hard for anything to come back out through this. But it's gonna be a cute little thing if I come across it again. But yeah. I don't approve of that. You shouldn't be teaching your children how to cheat either, because that's definitely not going to help them in the long run. It's going to send them in a revolving door in and out of prison, if not jail. It should have been like in and out of jail, if not prison, because prison's the longer stay, a longer time out. Now there's people out there teaching their kids how to steal packages off of flipping doors. Like, you know, those packages, like package pirates. That's some messed up stuff. It's like they're gonna get stuck in juvie, and then they're gonna get their butts whooped. And then they're gonna come out like mucked up even more than what they went in. And who knows, they could be abused in there. Like, not only psychologically, but physically abused. It's not something you want to sit there and teach your children to be. What is that thing? A corruption of the society that you're trying to live in. It's kind of sad. Kind of really, really sad. It's like I've said before, I care not what your sexual preference is. I care not what your fetishes are. As long as you keep those in the bedroom, I have no problem. And everything is consensual, and there are no children involved. I have no flippin' problems with you. No problems at all. It's like, I believe in love in all forms. You know, like family love, not sexual. what is that called? I don't believe in that whole like uh, arranged marriages. Those are awful. Because there's no love there. And they're all like, oh, well, we respect each other later in life. I was like, no, no. You were just stuck with each other so much that you knew not to do this or that around them. There's hardly ever does it ever end in love. And that's the saddest part. I believe it's a type of slavery. Because when you're not true to your heart, when you're not actually attracted to the person you're supposed to be marrying, what's the point? You're just living a lie. It's sad. It's really sad. It is sad how they've had to come up with laws to keep children safe. It's like, do they not like their future? Do they not like where the future is headed? Is that why they need to abuse them? I mean, I don't want to be stuck on this subject, but I believe certain things need to happen in order to protect the children. Bye. It's like, how did he know I was here? You think he's gonna climb back up just to go back down? Today is Wednesday. That's what it says. It's interesting. I hear someone having a family dinner and they usually do that on Fridays. So, whatevs. I did get to go on a walk yesterday. That was fantastic. I got some hot chocolate. It's still a bit nippy out. Like right now it says it's 50 degrees. But like yesterday it was down to in the 40s and the wind was pretty damn biting. But it was still a nice walk. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? Sunshine, lollipops. What is your favorite lollipop? Mine is cream soda, followed closely by the root beer. Those little dum-dum lollipops, those are pretty damn nummy. I like the cotton candy ones too. So it's cream soda, cotton candy, root beer, and then the blue raspberry. All the others, I'm like, eh. Oh, dude. They came out with these, like, mystery pops once. For the dum-dums, like, they were all just mystery. So you had to, like, sit there and smell it, lick it a little bit and smell it. And, yeah, it wasn't the best. There were, like, three to four of us, like, around this bag, and we were just trying to, like, figure out what flavors were what. Some of us didn't like super sweet, and some of us only liked, well, some of us like sour, and some of us like sweet. So we were sitting there, we got up after we had tasted what it tasted, and then we'd go rinse it off, and then shove it towards the person who likes that flavor. So a whole hell of a lot more, sour ones than there were, regular. Oh, the pina colada ones were nice too. I like those ones. Oh, flip. No, 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 no. Ah! Fuck. Way to clear the place though. I'm gonna try this way. Oh, look at that. I need some of this. Hmm. So what's your favorite dinosaur? If I were to choose one, it'd be one of the aquatic ones. It's like, I don't remember what the name of it is. But it's like, kind of like a relative of the whale. I should look up what it's called, honestly. Next time it gets nighttime, I totally do that. Oh, what the? Dude. I don't think spawning on me whenever I'm going about doing this. It's always freaky whenever you're in a single tunnel and then something starts skittering behind you. Like, what the hell is that? Oh, just a smidge more and then I'll get this whole corner. Oh, I finally made it out. I can breathe! It was so cold and clammy in there. This is cold because of the temperature. Alright, so I'm not gonna need... Definitely not that. Nope, still got a smidge over here. Whoops. that smidge. Oh, it's a white fox. Okay, so that is complete. Let's backtrack. Can't sink into the trees. Alright, so, well, not the way that most people can. I mean, like, it's usually a really long process for most people. It's gonna be interesting. Oh, damn. Whoops. Till it gets really dark, I'm gonna keep running. Oh look, there's a village. Wonder if I can get to it for full-on nightfall hits. Nope. Ah. Damn it, I'm stuck. Flap, 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 frack, frack. Whee! Oh, and there's one with a pitchfork. I mean a trident. It's a trident. Ah. Damn it. Looks like I should have looked down there. I really should have looked down there. Alright. I was like, wait a minute. I did seal this up, did I not? Holy flip. Okay, so. I hit this right here. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna pop this up. Ta-da! Alright, so. That one right there, I think. Could be that one too. So there's... I like the one that's still able to get back on land. Whoops, excuse me. Let's look at these. Ooh, hey, there's one with water dino wallpapers. Alright, so the Chronosaurus. That one. It's gonna be hard as hell to like get to this size, but once at that size, I think it might be really fun. And they don't have to eat as much as you think they would, but they still need to eat, you know. This one's pretty cool too. The Mosasaurus. Plesiosaurus. They're cute too. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. Not because it's the biggest, scariest one, it's because I think it would be fun, because with the amount of agility that you could play with, and like, I never really understood the whole neck length. It's way more area for someone to come at you from the side and, you know, maybe end you. So it just doesn't seem practical, but they're cute, you know? See, like that see, way more area to attack. I mean, yeah, they'd be able to swing around themselves, but how quickly and how much like speed would they actually need to um, fend something off? Whereas this, it's built strong, it's built sturdy, and you can still semi get up on land if you needed to, like a good portion of your body, and then you could like push back off. Who knows? Maybe they got up on land to like make a nest like turtles. People don't really know. But look at that. That's pretty damn num time. Yeah, we're gonna look at dinosaurs because I like to. I like dinosaurs in space. I'm such a big kid. I'm sorry. Oh, the Spinosaurus up there. I was like, wait, is that like yeah, it's definitely a Spinosaurus. Like that coming at you, you'd be like, whoa, dude, no. All of my life, it just came to this moment right here. Kind of moment, you know? It's like, dude. Alright, so there, I don't know what the hell that's about, but there is this guy right here. They're at odds whether or not he was more of a deep sea kind of critter, or if he was just like mostly like shallows, and he just developed some of these things to keep him warm in the sun. And I believe that, you know, like that's a fan kind of thing, like keep him warm while he's in the water. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Then they were like, oh, he's bipedal, and then they're like, no, he's a quadruped, and then I was just like, dude. It's like, okay, so does he have any other relatives that you can like compare this with? There's another one of him. Bigger than T-Rex. This dinosaur hunted in water. That's what they claim. I don't know. I've never seen that type of dinosaur until like this year. I was like, wait, what? I was like, that was a dinosaur? I was like, oh, that's flipping cool. I was like, where have they been hiding this one from me? But yeah. Some of these are pretty damn epic looking. Oh, here's some more. What the hell is on top of it? Like some lamprey seals or something? Wow. Dang, these things were huge. Alright, scale model, that is how big a person was. If you compare all of these, their heads, they could do a lot of damage to this little thing right there. It's meant to represent a person of average height and build, but the male of the people. Maybe they should put like half hair and I mean I'm sorry, that is mean. I was gonna start with something, but it's just mean, and I was told by someone who wasn't a family member, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Excuse me. Where we go into a multi-universe. I bet one of them further back was doing the hey kind of thing, and you know. Oh, that's why I don't hear any people. It's raining. Okay. What the fuck was that? Okay. I didn't think by me hitting him with a torch he was going to jump up and explode and hit me. But, you know, hey, live and learn. How the hell chopped this over? I mean, is it supposed to look that way? Look like they chopped that end and this end off. Poor tree. It's like, hold on, let me give you a new haircut kind of thing. It's gonna take too much time. If I pass that tree again, you know I'm going to. Alright, so. For a second I thought that little dandelion was a energy orb, like a experience orb. I was like, oh, let me get that, and then it's like, nope, flower. I should probably put that away. I'm walking up on things. Whoops. Was that horse always there? Did it just materialize? can't resist that. Hold on. I got to because I don't have that. I like smashing out the center and then watching it explode. Oh my goodness. So, I've seen quite a few people, YouTubers who have brought it upon themselves to make it's a what the complications, I don't know what it's called. They're a whole roundup of videos that the populace can like uh, view in a complete set. Complications. I can't remember. There's a word, I know there is. But anyways, they've made this of Darwin Awards. So whenever you see something that says people who almost won the Darwin Award or who had won the Darwin Award, these are people who accidentally almost killed themselves, if not did kill themselves, or muck up their body parts in a non-healable fashion. I watched one of those today. Well, actually, a couple of those. I was like, I was like, people can't really be this stupid. Why are they doing this? Who egged them on to do it? Most of the time they were drunk. Or on some other type of drugs. I was like, ugh. Crazy stuff. Crazy. But, they had, there was this one kid, I was like, where are their flippin' parents? And the guy laughing at him sounded like an adult. And I'm like, dude, if this is his father videotaping this person needs to be, like, looked into for the safety of this child. Holy flip. This little boy put one of those M80s, the little firecrackers that pop and they do a bit of damage, okay? He put this in between his legs and lit it on fire. And it popped and he went to the ground kind of crying out. I'm like, dude, I hope that poor boy still has all of his stuff, because holy F, that was a horrible thing to do. And the adult laughing, I was like, holy flip. I was like, if this is his older brother, I'm gonna take him out. I was like, if this is his father, I don't understand. Where's his you know, where's his love for his children, for one? It's like, I thought dads were supposed to love their children and try to keep them in one piece. You know, but maybe there's something wrong with certain people and they just need to be, I don't want to say weeded out, maybe just, you know, not allowed to breed. Because, like, dude, they can't even take care of themselves, let alone a child, and holy F, is that abusive? Them taking care of a child with not being able to take care of themselves. I know a few people like that, honestly. I'm sure you've met some too, right? People who can't take care of themselves and always doing dangerous things with themselves and their bodies and then having children to boot. It's like, why? Holy flip. Holy flip. It's like, I don't think we have a future, honestly. Like, with as many people who are being abusive to children and getting them cut and, like, stuffed and whatnot, do you really think we have a future? It's like, what is society going to be if children keep getting manipulated and beat up and their vital organs getting taken? It's like, damn. Waiting for night so they can sleep. Shouldn't take that long. But there's one person had said that they need to take off all of the warning labels to let people, um, just nature take its course and just weed out all of the just stupid people and idiotic people and whatnot. And he was like, hey, if you want to, blow dry your hair in the shower, do it. If you want to do this, go ahead and do it. Who am I to stand in your way? Technically, nobody can stand in anyone's way if they really want to do something like that. But, it's just wow. And then the host actually agreed with this male, too. I was like, it's bad. It's pretty damn bad. I can't see. Okay, so that little bit of red is still supposed to be there. Okay. It's like, damn, am I gonna have to go all the way back there for that? It's like, I don't even know, dude. 'Cause, like, there were a lot of people who had not a lot of help growing up. And that's why they're lacking behind, so to speak. And then there are a lot of people who were taught wrong. And that's why they're lacking behind. And then a lot of people who've been poisoned since the womb, and they're lacking behind. And is it really fair to sit there and say, oh, just take all of warning labels off? Because there are people who legit... Wait, is this a bird ship? There are people legit who actually need some of these flippin' warning labels because otherwise they don't know how. I'll take this too. Give me the damn chest, damn it. Really? Really? This totally was birch. It's just a little side quest. It's just a tiny, teeny little bit of a side quest. Anybody? I know there's been 5 of them already that have not given me any treasure. I've only found 2 that actually had. At least this one's on land, I don't understand. Where the hell is it? Is this some sort of sick joke to you people? Flippin' devs sitting there snickering because all of these damn things don't have a flippin' no treasure. I'm clearly on it. I know I'm on it. Like right here it said that I was on it. I'm huffing. Ho hum, ho hum. My day is ruined because of some bum. Ho hum, ho hum. It sounds like there's a traveling merchant out there. What are your wares, sir? I do not want any of your wares. Treasure. So sad. This is what my life has become. Ever looking for treasure, never finding it. Woe is me. Whoa. These maps piss me off. They're just taking forever. Give me a second. Someone told me you have to have the map out while searching for this thing or you're never gonna find it. Like, I have a map out and I still can't find the damn thing. Tell me I missed it. Just tell me I missed it somewhere. That I'm not following this damn map appropriately. I'm pretty sure this isn't going to go anywhere. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. There it is, there it is, there it is! Give me that. Give me this too. You take that. I had just almost just given up. I was just like, no, I'm done. Never again. No more treasure hunts. Flipping sick of this stuff. Being disappointed. Holy flip. It's like, how could I? I'm so afraid to put that sand down too. Whee! Yeah, I'm gonna go this way. I did manage to find a new anime after I got sick of watching like social media, like for like up 10 years now. I've been sick of watching it, but you know, hey, research. But I watched this flip. I can't even remember what the anime is called. Like an episode of it. It's about singing. Magic happens when people sing. And this one female girl is not allowed to sing because she's some sort of elemental of the singing department. And I'm like, oh, I remember when I wasn't allowed to sing, but it wasn't because of anything like that. It was because, like, brothers can be mean. I'm like, how do you expect anyone to get better at anything if you're just harassing them? But whatever. I sing when they weren't home. I also had an affinity for, what are those things? Shadow puppets. That was fun too. You know, where you like take a flashlight or some sort of light and then sit there and tell a story with some like shadow puppets. Like, I have a few stories, but and anyways, so. Well, so many people are trying to steal things and then profit off of them, but these were just meant to be cute little stories that I told to my wee ones, and, you know, something that I hope they remember, and, you know, if they wanted to profit off of them, that's my little, 2 cents to them, I guess. But just like I made up this story while doing the dishes with his little one, and he had the most epic time while we were doing the dishes because I was making dishes fun, because he said that he challenged me and said that I couldn't make dishes fun. And I was like, oh, you should not have challenged me. I was like, that's it. I was like, it's story time. And he's like, Ace, how is stories fun? And you can't make a story fun with dishes. And I was like, all right, get ready. Get ready. This is happening. This is happening. So I ended up telling a story for his wee one, and he was sitting there giggling out the wazoo, just flipping a ball of giggles by the time I was done with it, because there was 3 different kingdoms, and in these 3 different kingdoms, there was grime and dirt. And grime and dirt were the enemy, and so anyway, it was a cute little story, and hey. There were the soap people, okay, who were always glad to help, and then there was the water people that mixed well with the soap people. I'm sorry. And like, I remember like taking some of the soap and going, poof, and I was like, yeah, wind always gets in trouble. I was like, damn it, let's keep the wind out of this story this time. And so it was pretty damn grand. This one, I was like, this one doesn't even have a door. Wait, is there an iron? Okay, so they're just dropping from there. That's why. They have a pig farm next to this craze over here. Is there anything in there? Do not see me. You do not see me. That's a village still. Damn, look at that. Partial village. Partial thing right there. That one just like trapped himself in there. Oh goody. And then there's a villager in there. Crazing out. Because those guys... Villagers and illagers don't mix well. Even though at one point the villagers... Well, the illagers used to be villagers. They just ran into a bad crowd. Yeah. Bad influences and whatnot. So the latest story is that there's malicious people working to destroy my happiness in every other fashion that they can, and I'm just like, eh. I was like, alright, enjoy wrecking my happiness because of your happiness too. They'll find out, honestly. They will. I mean, it takes the whole, you know, chewing off your own foot thing to spite, well, like, chewing off your own foot to spite your nose, or what, I don't know what the hell that saying is. But it's like, they're their own worst enemy in that regard because they're effing over their only chance. Only chance. It's like, okay, alright, that's, you do you. I'm just here to either fail or succeed. And my failure is your failure, my success is your success, so just chew on that one. Oh, I mean, I'm a giggly mess right now. I've had 2 cups of milk. I could not deal with certain things, so I just started drinking milk, and now I'm giggly mess. Why, hello. Were you going to get that, or what? I mean, were you even needing that? No, okay, we're good. Okay. You're just interested in what I was doing, got it. Anyways, so I mean, the funniest things are when you explain things to people fully on. Like, alright, well, I guess yins are my peeps, and your fate lies in my hands. You can either do 2 things. And then they sit there and try to make your life a living hell, and it's like, okay, I mean, you know, I can take it. You just, you know, consider that all of this is going to be brought on you tenfold, because people are also chiming in with certain things. Oh, I mean, legit bless their hearts. So, I learned the bless your hearts thing from South Carolina. I'm sorry, it's not so it doesn't really mean to bless somebody's hearts the way they say it. It's pretty much like, it's something to keep them from getting in trouble for saying something mean and malicious or whatever. And then they're like, afterwards they go, bless their hearts. And it's like, wait, so you just like ragged on this person, you like legit chewed them out behind their backs for like 50 minutes now? I mean, like maybe 30, who knows? But now you're saying bless their hearts? Like, wait, I'm getting like whiplash from this. So apparently it's because certain people are highly religious in these areas. And due to their religion, they're not supposed to be talking bad about anyone. I'm like, okay, so, but you'll talk behind their backs for this amount of time, but yet if somebody says, like, bless your heart, after everything is forgotten, it's just, dude, it got me giggling. It's like, I was like, this concept does not work, it does not function, and is non-logical in every flippin' regard. But okay, whatever, you can do you, you know. Oh, flip. Speaking of that, I got, like, chewed out, like, this, what is it, was this one customer started correcting me when I said yins, and she was like, it's, y'all, yeah, like, you all, okay, like, together, I'm not gonna say it, and, I know I just tried to say it, but I can't say it like they say it, and I'm not gonna, because it's not my jam. Well, she had sat there and argued with me, like, for, like, 2 to 3 minutes, okay, tops. And I got a little annoyed with her. I was like, alright, ma'am, I was like, I come from up north, if you hadn't noticed. And up north, people would sit there, we use yins, alright? And I was like, if you were to go up north and sit there and say y'all, they wouldn't even sit there and try to correct you. But if you did find someone who was going to correct you, they would do it in a more polite manner than what you got going on right now. And that kind of made her really angry, like really angry. I got a complaint, and the manager came over, and they were like, we were being told, well, we were told that you were being rude to a customer and blah 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 blah. And I was like, what do you mean I was being rude to a customer? Because I was like, I'm never rude to a customer. What are you talking about? And they're like, oh, you know, they said this and that. And I was like, first off, that's a lie. Here's the real story. This is what happened. Because she started saying that I was saying, like, racial slurs at her. And I was like, what? I was like, no. And the manager himself was, you know, of that race. And he knew me, like, well enough, at least. And, this person had gotten quite livid over me, implying that she was not being polite by sitting there and constantly correcting me, and said that it wasn't proper English. And I had said that, well, you all is not proper English either. I was like, you should possibly be using you instead of you all. And she's like, well, I'm from the South, and this is how we talk. And I was like, then I told her about the North, and I was like, I don't know if you know this, but I'm from the North. And I explained that people from the North wouldn't possibly correct you with your language, but if someone did, they'd do it in the most polite way that they possibly could, unlike this situation. And I explained that to the manager, and he started laughing. And I was like, yep, that's exactly what happened. And he was like, okay, all right. And I was like, yeah, that was that. I didn't get even so much as a wrist slap for that. He just laughed and he was like, all right. He's like, how much work you got to do tonight? And I was like, oh, well, I got this and that and that and this. I got to do some price changes and whatnot. I didn't do price changes when I was just an associate. So learning that, like, price changes were only supposed to be a manager was like, oh, damn. Okay, well, I already know how to do this, so that's pretty cool. Alright, I still got a smidge right here. I gotta get done. But they eventually took that grade manager away from me. I was like, mother flip. He was a nice one, too. Everybody said he got, like, promoted or something, and I was like, oh, well, good for him, but they put a real meanie in his place. And they kept swapping around my managers. I don't understand. It's not like I was doing anything to them. It's like they get in trouble and then they end up having to be, like, in my department. Holy flip! And then, like, flip. And then whenever they would, end up coming back around, like, they'd get back, in the good graces of someone. And then, I think it's because I didn't need that many people to sit there and, like, hold my hand or, like, watch over me. It's like they all got, like, good it was like, like, sales over in my department, my general area, would be, like, good. So they put the naughty ones over there and then, like, kind of bump up their reputation and then move them to other locations. It's like most of the people in the area were pretty damn legit at their jobs, myself included, and we were all helping each other out when we needed to. It's like we were in the what is that called? Oh damn, that could be bad. Trying to find the right direction to go. Oh damn. So, I was in hardware, and hardware was next to. Ooh, crap. Damn. Ah. Ah. I don't know where my spot is, but I'm running. Yeah, we were, it was hardware, automotive, toys wasn't a part of our section, even though it was next to it. But we had, like, furnishing and, like, furniture. Toys, it was, like, in a section all on its own with, I worked retail, in a retail store with that one. I've worked, in a restaurant, I worked in retail, I delivered newspapers, I worked for a little bit of time as a surveyor. That was fun. I haven't worked in fashion, but people still ask my opinions on it. I'm like, alright, what the hell? It's like, okay, it is what it is, I guess. I'm wondering if I could smash this with that and get the stuff. It's gonna take a while. Wow, doesn't give it. But I had some managers try to get me to move to other departments, like Frozen. They wanted me to be the Frozen manager, and I was like, yeah, I can do that. I was like, as long as everybody's like, chill with that. But I actually really meant that because I didn't want to take anyone's place when it came down to it. You know what I mean? Some people work their whole, jobs trying to get up in a position only to be blown over by somebody who's showing promise in another location. So it's like, like I was legit, like I was working in the deli when I first started this retail area, and I was being trained to be a manager after like one manager got promoted and then the other one got promoted too, and she was training me because I knew the ins and outs, and I was dedicated enough to providing the customer with the utmost experience what the hell is this? The utmost experience of the area in which I was at. I showed pride in my work, in other words. And that's pretty damn promising for certain people working in retail. So, suffice to say, I was being trained in order to take over for someone, and multiple managers knew that I was being trained for this, and then there was 1 to 2 managers that didn't like me. I don't know why. I had never really engaged with them at all, so it was a surprise to me. It's like, how can you like not like somebody who you don't even know? Like, it's like, what is up with that? I was told that there's a thing called jealousy, but I don't know how to do that. I'm not qualified. Not qualified to understand jealousy. What do you want from me? Alright, so these people decided to make someone who was just a sandwich maker who had no prior experience and was not trained into this position, such as myself being trained into the position. And she was hell-bent into using me as a manager, but yet her getting all of the pay for manager duties and me just getting paid what I was getting paid, which was under $7. So she was getting a good like 13, 14, maybe like $15 for her manager position, and she didn't even know how to do it. I'm just like, hey, that's not fair. I was still providing the customers with plenty of customer service, and the experience of eating at a nicer area that actually was very health oriented, because like, dude, I believe safety is the #1 priority, and if you're not making safe, clean food, you're going to kill your customers, and that is not something I'm into. So my standards were pretty much company standards. Some company standards, I guess. And she started making it really difficult for me. Like, really difficult for me, because first off, it freaked me out when she was so excited to see me, when everyone knew that my schedule was this day and that day, and I only had like maybe 2 to 3 days off at that point, and I would even be called in to work several times. So, oh no, they don't believe in overpay. It's just yeah. There was some people going, oh, there's no way you work this many hours this week. You're only scheduled this amount. And I was like, no, they called me in. They're like, what? They did not. And I was like, yeah, they did. It's like, oh, well, we can't give you this much this week. We're going to have to put it on your other check. And I was like, what? I was like, how is that even possible? I was like, that doesn't seem legal. It probably wasn't. But so their envision of punishment was cutting hours. So my hours were cut to like 18 hours. I came in for 4 hours 3 days out of the week for a good couple days, like a couple weeks actually. And this was because I had questioned why she was a manager when she doesn't even know how to do anything. She's not willing to learn how to do anything, but yet she wants me to do everything for her. I was like, I don't understand this. This doesn't make sense to me. I said, I am not getting paid to do this stuff. And this was all of her stuff that she was supposed to be doing. And that didn't bode well for certain people, because they got really antsy and angry about that, because anyone asks questions, it's a bad thing. Oh crap. And suffice to say, I had 18 hours, but yet they kept calling me in and then calling me to tell me that never mind, they found someone else. So I would get to work sometimes to clock in, thinking, oh yay, I'm going to get hours. And then I'm already there, and I can't clock in. And they're flipping, going, oh, never mind. No, we found someone else. Oh, didn't we call you? I'm like, no. I was like, I've been sitting here for like 20 minutes waiting on someone to help me clock in, because they didn't put it in the thing, and it would deny you just like clocking in unless someone came and overrode it. And it's like, okay, alright. So then I'd have to ride my bike all the way back home and then explain that, yeah, they found somebody else to do that. It's like, oh, I thought you were getting hours. I was like, yeah, so did I. Flip. I was like, it was pretty damn skeevy. It was just wasting my time. And I was like, did they call? Did they call at all? Because they said that they did. So he's like, no, they didn't call. I was like, yeah, I was like, next time they call, just say that I'm not here, alright? Because I didn't have a phone, he had a phone. It's just, eh. I see. Yay, green. Alright. But, oh yeah, and then, like, once I was just getting up to, like, 20 some hours, 20, 27 hours, someone had, they stopped me and they said, so why did you ask to have less hours? You know, I was like, I never asked that, and she was like, interesting, because I was told that you specifically asked for less than 20 hours a week. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll have to look into that. And I was like, whoa. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this right now. And they're like, oh no, I have to do an investigation now. And I'm like, So they were like, let's give you like a good like 38 to start. I was like, that'd be great. I was like, money's been tight. This would be totally great. Thank you. And they went in and they gave me more hours, and they asked if I had a preference to what times I would want to work. I was like, anytime my manager is not working, I would be totally happy to do so. And the M1 who had put me in the schedule more has sat there and asked, was there something going on? I was like, oh yes, there's something going on. I was like, I'm fearing for my job, honestly. I was like, it's only a matter of time until I start getting coached for nothing again. So, and she was like, wait, do you have a complaint? I was like, oh yes, a lot. And then I explained to her what was going on. And she said, whoa. She was like, I was told you turned down the manager position. I was like, what? I was like, no. And I explained to her what happened. And then she was like, wow. She's like, no, that's not what I heard at all. And I was like, well, people are lying out their teeth. And it was a whole lot of crap. It was like petty people, just super petty. And I explained what I had asked about that, and she said, now if this is true, people are going to get coached for this. And I was like, I hope people are held responsible. Nobody got held responsible. They found out and they tried to make my life worse, and I got coached 3 times within the span of like 2 to 3 days. The first 2 coachings were laughed at, because I wasn't even scheduled. Like, I was getting coached on my days off, and I was like, excuse me? They were like, oh yeah, you and a few girls are getting coached because of this. I was like, really? I was like, I haven't worked with these people in a while, like, when was this? Like, and they were like, when's the last time you worked with them? I was like, maybe last week? Maybe a week and a half ago, maybe? And they were like, wait, you work this date? And I was like, no, I was off. And they were like, can you prove it? And I was like, yeah. I was like, let's go to the personnel. Let's. And so we both went to personnel, and the witness also went to personnel with us, and um, I believe it was Tim who looked it up, and Tim was like, "It's like, no, she didn't work this day. She wasn't even scheduled." And I was like, and then and I was like, I kind of warned you about this, didn't I? I kind of told you that this was gonna happen. And she was like, okay, this is ridiculous. We need to look into this. And I was like, please do, because like I'm thoroughly expecting to get fired because someone's being petty. And they were like, no, that's not going to happen. And I was like, okay, all right. So the next two coachings, like the second one was a group coaching that ended up not being my fault at all, and I was the one who called it in because nobody had tempted any of the food. No one put a thermometer in the food the whole day, and I came in at 4 o'clock, and I was the one who called at like 4:02 and told them that like nobody had tempted any of the food. The logs were not done at all. And they were like, okay, we're gonna send someone down. And I was like, thank you. And so I was getting coached for that, and I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, I'm the one who sat there and told you that this thing happened. I was like, but yet I'm getting coached for. It was like everybody. I was told the store manager was there, and she was like, everybody's responsible for the logs. And I was like, um, I was like, so when did I come in? I mean, well, I went that way. I was like, when did I come in? And she's like, well, regardless of when you clocked in, you're responsible for people. I'm responsible for people to fill out the logs when I am scheduled at 4 o'clock at closing shift. Okay, all right. And she was like, wait, what's going on here? And I was like, I was like, I was scheduled for 4 o'clock. I came in at 4 o'clock. I called and told people. I was like, I told the fitting room that there was, the logs did not get filled out today. And, oh yeah, I tattled because I wasn't going down for it. But yet they tried to make me go down for it. I was like, you mother flippers. It was like, there were a good 6-7 people working. Like, through first shift and second shift. And nobody tempted the damn food. I'm like, what the hell? They didn't even weigh out any food. So I was sitting there thinking maybe some of the stuff on the hot bar had been sitting there all flippin' day. Like, all flippin' day. I was like, this is wrong. This is disgusting. This is so wrong. I swear, some people though. Some people. Oh, and then the third coaching was because I had mouthed off to the manager, which was a total lie, but I could not prove that, so that one stuck. I came in I was quiet. I didn't talk to anyone because I had to work with the manager because she specifically scheduled us together. And she sat there and complained the whole time because she didn't work this schedule, but she had to come in because certain people weren't showing up to work. And I was like, these are all people she hired. All people she hired. I don't take enjoyment out of sitting there throwing down someone's faults, but I'm just like, there were people who were just there for like 2 days and then they were gone. Like, never to return again. Granted, they were all females. And when she introduced some of them, she was like, "Oh, this is my friend," and blah blah blah. She needs some extra cash and everything, and I'm like, "Yeah, I ain't saying anything. I ain't saying anything." But you can always tell who's going to last by who freaks out because something isn't working properly, or there's a lunch rush after, like, a lunch rush kind of thing, where you get like the early people lunch rush and then you get the actual lunch rush, and it gets quite hectic for certain people. And I'm just like, it happens. But it's always interesting to meet new people. Now, I'm the type of person when I'm working, I'll try to make things jolly for everyone else. I'll try to make things happy and a good smooth work environment. But there's always those people who want to sit there and complain the whole flippin' time. Yeah, like what we're doing right now. But I don't do that at work because I'm getting paid to actually work. So, yeah. So, I have met some excitable people out there too. Oh, what's this? Something just popped up. Well, that's interesting. Why is that on my huh? Something just got pinned to my computer, which is interesting. It's almost daytime. We'll be able to get going here soon. So I got to actually switch departments because of the anger of my department manager and how she was being really skeevy. Like, not just skeevy, but really, really skeevy. It was interesting. The only department I was like, I don't care where I go, just get me out of here. And they were like, well, just apply for everything and we'll put you in the first position that you can get into. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So My second department manager, of hardware, thought I was an angel, and I was like, I don't know about that, but I was like, just tell me what you want me to do. I'm here to work. I'm here to, work and serve, and let's see what else goes down, you know? And she put me on deleted and then like all this other stuff. And then she's like, wow. She's like, you've never worked retail before? And I was like, nah, I'm just good at organizing. I was like, and then she finally like showed me how to read like SKUs. The, what are those things called? The barcodes, the SKUs on the barcode, or whatever they're called. I don't know. She introduced them as SKUs. So I was like, whatever. Holy flip. Oh damn, oh damn, oh damn. That was scary. So, I had so much fun working in hardware. I wanted to be the hardware manager. And then I was the hardware manager for a short time, and then they claimed that no, I was always the housewares manager. And I was like, no, you said that I was babysitting housewares. And so what I was doing was I was getting hardware all the way ready before I even started doing anything for housewares or furnishings, furniture, domestics. Oh yeah, I was working all of these, manager of like, I guess all of them. So I was supposed to be helping that, and then I had to help with cosmetics and toys occasionally. It's like, oh, well, what we do here is we help each other out. And I'm like, okay, well, what happens whenever I need help? It's like, oh, you don't need help. I'm like, yeah, sure, okay. I had 2 associates for hardware, and they kept getting taken over to grocery. I had 4 associates for housewares, domestics, furnishing. They kept getting taken over to grocery because the grocery manager, department manager, she couldn't keep people in grocery who were her own people. People kept quitting on her for some reason. Oh yeah, that was the one who was dating my ex while we were still married. Yeah. Some craziness, right? Oh, she was at least 50, 60. Maybe even 70, who knows? She, my ex at the time was, I guess, a year or 2 older, a year older than me. And didn't make him wiser, obviously. But I think their little trife or triddle had, started in his 20s, like mid to late 20s. I found out when I was like 30, and I was like, no. Dirty nastiness that you brought here You're going to get me, like, sick with something. Like, legit. But, you know, that and him, not watching the kids, that was enough to, just know. It's like, I don't even believe in divorce, but this had to happen. That totally had to happen. He was not safe for me. He was not safe for my children. And you know what? If I didn't have those crazy people in my house because they had sat there and lied and said that they were fearing for their child, like, well, she lied and said that she was fearing for her child, and, you know, sat there and tried to work that sympathetic bull crap that most people try to guilt you into. Oh yeah, I was like, dude, I will totally save this mother and child. I didn't know the boyfriend was part of it, and the boyfriend was the worst because he was a flipping recovering drug addict who wasn't actually recovering. He did not want to recover. He wasn't going to recover, and he was stealing all of her money. And when it got to the point where there were 3 to 4 days, 3 to 4 months late with flipping rent, I was like, they hadn't paid me in like 2 to 3 months, and I was like, dude, I was like, get the flip out. And they were like, no, you have to give us 30 days. I was like, I gave you like flipping 2 months. And they had their grandma living with me too, because their youngling, their female child, she had a drug assembly at school, and she told one of her teachers that she didn't feel safe because of the mother's boyfriend. So then I had police come to my house, and I didn't know that she didn't feel safe, and I was the one watching her after school because I was in there in the house, and I was, you know, just there. And he would be leaving, like, he would leave as soon as, like, it was time for him to pick her up from the school bus. I'm like, what a psycho. Because it would happen every flippin' day. And then she would say, oh, no, he's going to pick her up today. You know, he's going to be watching her today. Every day. And I was like, you know, he's not. He's really not. And then he would come back at like 2 to 3 in the morning, and then they would yell at each other. I was like, I was like, not only are they going to get kicked out, but they're going to get me kicked out too. So whenever that yelling stuff started, I needed to get my kids out of there, and I tried to get them out, but I couldn't get them out because South Carolina has this prevention of landlords from kicking tenants out. Like, you'd have to give them 30 days. I gave them 30 days. I gave them flipping 2 months. They didn't pay me. And that third month roll around, and they still hadn't paid me. I was like, we were like 2 weeks into it. I was like, I need to do something, and one of my coworkers were like, I'll take you to the courthouse. We'll get like a court order. They have to leave. And there was a cop that recognized me from coming to the house, and he said that you should have just said that, you know, you wanted them out then. I was like, well, that was before I knew that he was a recovering drug addict and he was stealing her money. He was like, ooh, he's like, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, and the grandma that they sent over, he was like, ooh. And I was like, yeah. I was like, no. She kept walking into my room. And and he was like, "Wait a minute, what? They're not even paying rent." And he was like, "Oh," he was like, "If you would have just said something back then, I could have been a witness." And I was like, I wish I would have known, that would have definitely came in handy. But like I totally like spaced and I forgot their last name, so I just like made up some generic last name. I had their name like written down, but I'm horrible with names. I knew one of them was the male was called Jamie and the female was called Chris. The daughter was Brianna. I knew their first names. I didn't know the last names because the daughter had a different last name than the mother. Uh, the mother had a different last name than the boyfriend, obviously. So there were just like three last names to learn, and since I didn't use them, I didn't know which one was whose, and I didn't. So I put in a last name that I thought might have sounded kind of close to it, and yeah, they busted my flippin' door too. They peed on my couch. They put nail polish all over the wall, on the wall. They like painted nail polish on the wall, and then they flippin' like leaving. Cause like the cop in there was like, okay, what you're gonna want to do is take all electronics out because they will try to steal them. He's like, you're dealing with people who are like crazed on drugs. They're going to try to pawn your crap. And I was like, okay. So what is that called? I gave my laptop to my like coworker friend at the time, the one who took me there, and I made sure that all of my stuff was like any of the valuable stuff was in her possession. And yeah, I trusted her at the time. I knew she wasn't gonna F me over because I knew where she lived. No, because she was a nice person. And so we got that settled. They pissed on my couch. They poured red Kool-Aid on the white carpet that was my ex's idea in some of the rooms. I mean, they like vandalized the damn house. I was like, you pieces of crap. It was awful. And then like I had to sit there and clean up all this crap. I was asking people on the internet, like my internet friends, how to get piss out of a couch. And one of them's like, what is it, rat piss or is it like dog piss or what? I was like, it's probably human male piss because it smells awful and it kind of smells like beer. You could smell it. You didn't have to put your face near it. It was nasty. That's how I knew that they like pissed on it because it like as soon as I opened the door, it was ugh. It smelled rank. And I was like, what the flip? First I thought like maybe the little girl had a nightmare or something and had pissed on the couch. Because she was sleeping on the couch even though she had her own room. They had their own room. She had her own room. Because whenever my wee ones, I got them out of there because I couldn't get them out of there. You piece of kapucky. Because I did not trust the boyfriend, and I did not want him to go into their rooms. I did not want him to yell outside their doors like he was doing. I swear he tried to get into my room a few times when like they were gone because my door would start to rattle and I had this like exercise bike in the room and I had that shoved against the wall because I don't like people. I don't like I don't like people walking around while I'm trying to sleep. And it gave me a little peace of mind, okay? Well, not only would the grandma come into my room unannounced, at whatever time she wanted to. But before she had got there, the door had been like messed with several times as well. And I was like, who the hell is that? And I was like, what do you want? And then it would stop, and then it would, go quiet, and then you hear someone walking down the hall. And I was like, mother effing hell. And I told her about this. And she's like, oh, no, no. And I'm like, yeah, okay, this happened. I'm freaked out. You should tell him to leave. I mean, that's my safety right there. My sanity, my safety is important. Like, I don't care what he's recovering from. There's no excuse to be messing with my door at flipping 2 a.m., 1 a.m., 3 a.m., anytime. That is my flipping door. You don't confuse my door for something that's all the way across the hall, okay? It's like, no, no, no. I need my water pail. Give me a second. It's like, I will never, ever have roommates ever again. That had ruined my experience, like, forever. It's like, unless I am dating someone, they ain't gonna be a roommate. Especially not a male. I was like, I don't care if you say you like females or males or whatever. You're only into polka dotted striped unicorns with 3 heads instead of 2. I give no F's. I will not house somebody in my house, like, unless they are somebody I can account for. You know what I mean? That's crazy crap. Ugh. And he froze my damn AC like 3 times. The flippin' thermostat was... I told them to leave it at 67, okay? Because it was good enough for males and everything. It was good enough for me. I liked it at that temperature. It was chill enough, and the sun wouldn't get it more than 70 degrees if it was baking that hot. So I thought it was a nice setting. He kept freezing my damn air conditioner. He skyrocketed the flippin' bill, and then when it was time for me to come home, and I'd come home and seen it at a 30 something, I was like, what the flip? And I was like, first off, don't touch the thermostat. I was like, if I have to go dad mode on you people, I will. Do not touch the damn thermostat. You ain't paying for it. I am. Alright? Because I was paying for the electric. I was paying for the flippin' entertainment as well. All they had to pay was $400 a month, and that was for half the rent. I could cover the rest of the bills. And they got like a piece of my Netflix account. And I put my Wii in there for them, so they could watch Netflix. Like, what the flip? And then I kept getting kicked off of my Netflix account. Like, okay, so I had a PlayStation 3 and a PlayStation 4. I put the PlayStation 3 in her room so she could watch, like the little girl's room, so she could watch Netflix, okay? And so the 2 lovebirds could have some private time, okay? I'm not a monster. And they would they'd kick me off of my damn Netflix, and then I'd have to open my door and go, all right, I would really much like to watch Netflix. And I was like, I am paying for it. I mean, you don't need to keep kicking me out of the account. They even tried to switch the account to their name. And I was like, I was like, no, 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 no. We're changing the password right now. Flip this. Flip this. And the guy was like, "Oh no, the account name has changed." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And they were like, well, he's like, "Well, some a female called the other day, and then I was talking to a male, and then we were discussing billing payments, and said that the bill has been like being paid every month." And I was like, "Yeah." And so they decided that they wanted to change my password. So that's why I had to call Netflix. And they tried to get the account in their name. I was like, "Oh no, 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 no. This is war. This is war here." Alright, so nobody but me was allowed to play with Netflix. So I was like, flip this. It was like $10 at the time. I was like, this is mine. They were allowed to use the internet, which ended up getting up to the 300s, like $300 for internet usage, when I was told that like they were buying things too with Netflix. And I was like, no. I was like, no. I was like, unless they're actually paying for this, don't give them any of that. And they were like, well, they had pre-purchased this. And I was like, did they purchase it? And they were like, well, it hasn't come out yet. And I was like, did they purchase this? And they were like, well, if they're card holders. I was like, no, I'm the card holder. And they were like, what is your name? And I gave them my name. I was like, they were like, what is your date of birth? And I gave them my date of birth. And I was like, I would like to change my password. And this is what I would like to change it. And I walked him through it. And he was like, oh, okay. All right. And I was like, and I'd like to change the account back into my name. Thank you. And he was like, right away. That is more than reasonable. And I was like, and if they call again, you have my utmost permission to hang up on them. Maybe even cuss them out a little bit. And he laughed a little bit. And I was like, no, I'm serious, dude. Curse them out. Call them vile people. It's like, dude. I was like, this is some messed up crap. I was like, how many people? This was a big trailer. Like, this was like a nice sized trailer. How many people go and F over an opportunity like that by not only outrageously charging the internet that they should not have even been able to, like normal people would not have given them access to the internet, the Wi-Fi password or anything. Normal people would not have shared their Netflix account with them. Normal people would not have been paying all of the, water, food. Like, well, I mean, they were raiding my fridge too. They were raiding my fridge because I had only so much money, and then I was missing food. I was like, what the flip is this? Oh, well, we can't control what Brianna does. I was like, oh, you can't? Are you sure? She's a flippin' 9-year-old. I'm pretty sure. And then, like, the fact that she had kicked my cat right in front of me. My cat was just, doing this little thing, and he rubbed up against her, and she legit kicked him. I walked right over there. I stopped what I was doing because I was sitting there playing a video game, trying to de-stress after work. I stopped the video game. My character died. I was like, listen here and listen good, little one. If I see your foot come right back up and touch my flippin' cat again, I will kick all of you out of here. And this was during the beginning of this mess. And she started like, she's like, I don't have to listen to you. I was like, oh no. I was like, go get your mom. the mom came out and she's like, "Oh, I have a problem with your cat getting on the counters." And I was like, "Does it look like they're your counters?" I was like, "Does this look like any of your stuff?" And she was like, "Well," and I was like, "How much are you paying me?" And she's like, $400. And I was like, "How much is the rent?" She's like, "Well," and I was like, "How much am I charging you for electricity? How much am I are you having to deal with any of this other stuff? Are you not happy with the entertainment that's being provided for you? And this is one thing I ask of you?" And I was like, "Besides for the flippin' thermostat? Possibly not eat my food?" And she was like, she's like, "Okay, that is reasonable." And I said, "If my cat wants to flip and drag his butt across these flipping counters, I wish him well." I was like, "Just let me know because I will wipe them down." I don't like cat butt on the counter, but you know, hey, that's he's more family than they were. All right. I am very protective over family, and she legit kicked my cat, and he went scooted like a flippin' foot. And I was like, I mean, if she wasn't a little girl, if she was an adult, there'd be some drop slamming going on. That was uncalled for. It's like, you don't mess with my family. You really, really don't mess with my family. Very, very protective. Alright, maybe I need to go this way. It's like, eesh. Oh, she was, that little girl ended up losing my snake. Not once, but twice. And after I had to explain to her again that snake was my family too. And remember our little discussion with Nexus? My snake went missing again for like the third time, and their dog had eaten my snake. And they tried to hide it in the trash. In the trash. I was like, not only was I livid, but I was flipping bawling because my snake had died, and the way that he had died, it was, oh. Because she kept trying to be the fan, I guess the debutante or the mystic or whatever, some sort of female ooh and ah of the neighborhood, and she was taking my snake out of the house. And I was like, first off, when I first saw her do it, I had come home and she was holding my snake outside. And I was like, first off, that is not your snake, that is my snake. And no, he is not supposed to be outside. You don't know when I take him outside because you don't care about my snake. You know, if snakes get too much heat or whatnot, they get sick, okay? It's frozen on me. If they're outside and in the blasting sun of certain areas, they're going to get even more sick. They can't process all that sun at once because, you know, like everyone else, they get overheated. They get sick from too much of one thing. So I sit there and I try to explain this to her, and that I give him sun time when I give him some sun time, and it's not during the hottest times of the day. This is whenever it is, when it's like either just in the morning time when the sun is just coming up, well, not up, but like in between maybe 8 or 9 when the sun is nice and warm, but it's not really that bad, or like 5 or 6 when the sun's about to go down. Now, those are his sun times, okay? But other than that, he had his nice little heat lamp and whatnot. And I tried to explain this to her. And she kept leaving the damn cage open, too. The aquarium. For his safety. Nope. Nope. I was livid. This was a beautiful auburn corn snake, okay? He was the prettiest snake that I ever did see, and he was my family, okay? I sat there and I had to bury him in the backyard, and yeah, I'm getting emotional because I loved him. I legit wanted to hurt somebody because of that. And they sat there and said, oh, it's just a snake. It didn't have any feelings. And that was the wrong thing to say. That was really the wrong thing to say. It was like, oh, let me tear you in half and see if you have any feelings. The parent had said that it didn't have any feelings and that I was being totally unrealistic. And I was like, if anything happens to any more of my family, you will see yourselves in a place that you will never, ever retrieve yourselves from. And they were like, is that a threat? I said, no, it's a promise. And I said, get the flip out of my house. I'm sick of this crap. And they were like, oh, you can't kick us out. And I was like, yeah, I can. And then they throw this paper in front of me saying, like, I need to wait 30 days. And I was like, all right. 30 days comes by. I'm like, why are you people still not out? Oh, we haven't found anywhere to live yet, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'll give you another week. Get out. And then they started saying, like, how I had never said that they should leave. And I was like, are you people crazy? I was like, you haven't paid me in 2 months. And you killed my snake. What the flip is wrong with you people? I was like, you're drug addicts? You've killed my snake? You abused my family? And I didn't tell you to leave yet? I was like, what the? No! I was like, get the flip out! It's like psychos. Flippin' psychos. It was like, that put me off of roommates forever. And then the grandma has the audacity saying, like, that's why I don't rent from people. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, why don't you take them in? It was like, oh, we don't have the room. I was like, make the room. Get the flip out of my house. I was like, I am tired of this crap. You people have been using and abusing me for like 2 to 3 months. I mean, like, possibly longer than that. But I was like, 2 to 3 months. I'm sick of this crap. I was like, not only did you mock my pain of losing a family member, but then you sit there and say not to be so serious about it? It's like, what kind of... I was like, let me just take your... Let me take your arm. Let me take out the grandma. Oh, you know, she didn't feel anything, you know. Didn't matter to me. Value is subjective, right? What the hell else? Holy F. Oh, I totally hope they get what they deserve. I hope the bad karma finds them hardcore and doesn't stop. I hope they thoroughly have fun with them. Honestly, dude, I'll sit there and applaud them afterwards. The karma, not them. But, geez Louise. Oh, hey, there's a village. It's like, dude. It's like, I don't even want to let anybody in my house. Like, no house parties. I've never had one of those anyways. No one like, uh, I'm gonna get a house one day and like nobody's allowed in it. Like, I'm keeping that rule about, because that's just, is crazy. People coming to your house and then like treating you like you're nothing and whatnot. It's, ugh. It's awful. I need more milk. I've agitated myself too much. Well, memories and everything. I'm venting. I'm purging my atrociously amazing life, right? I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab milk. But yeah, I've been told that I've had everything handed to me on a silver platter because of this and that. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, would you like to trump through my house just a little bit? Like, my, my brain. Maybe look into some of this stuff. Because I can tell you, my memories are real. And the things that I have felt and experienced have not been blessed. And they weren't handed to me. Well, possibly horror and disregard for human respect has been handed to me quite a few times. But, that silver spoon has never, you know, no, no. I've also been told that I was entitled too. Not the entitled bitch thing, but yes, I have been called that. But I was told that I am a spoiled child, and that I should be grateful for what I do get. And I was like, oh, and this is coming from someone, if he even went through 1/3 of my life, would crumble and fall and go into a fetal position, crying from 1/3 of my life. So I did not take that in high regard. So that was oh, it was some jerk saying how everything was handed to me, and how me even being of the color that I am is supposed to open doors. Which doors? And then me being told by a female that my hair color should have opened up doors. I'm like, really? I was like, I've never had any of that, bestowed upon me, like, any of that good stuff. I've always had to work for my money. I've always had to work for everything that I get. My food, my shelter. Oh yeah, I'm still trying to work for this. Uh, I'm honestly trying to leave as fast as I can, but circumstances just keep flipping. So it might be till April before I go anywhere. And you know what I was told? At least it will be warm. I was like, but raining all the time. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, is it daylight yet? No. Who is that? Kind of look like an illager, but I don't know. It's like some of my life, people think that I've made up, and I'm like, no. No, for sure. This happened legit, like 100%. I just keep meeting aggravating people. Like, people who want to aggravate others, which is interesting enough. It's like we're all nice and cool, and then like all of a sudden there's just anger, resentment, and it's like, okay, well, who started it? Kicking of my cat? Smoking cigarettes in the house even though they were told not to. There were two porches, one in the backyard and one on the front yard. They did not have like a little awning or whatever to it, but there were two places they could sit outside and smoke. My landlord would not allow drugs, and I was fine with that. There was no smoking in the house due to the I was still paying off the house, and they had a no smoking rule in the house because everything would leach it in. Okay? So they were smoking in the bathroom in the house, and then they tried to sit there and lie to me about how it was coming around. I was like, dude, you can smell it in the living room. You can smell it in the kitchen. Stop smoking in the house. I was like, I'm not allowed to smoke in the house. You're not allowed to smoke in the house. You're not allowed to smoke in the house. And I was like, and I hope your daughter isn't smoking. Holy flip. But, people are gonna do their crazy crap no matter what. Oh, let me make that one more down. Waiting for it to get a little brighter. I don't believe I'm a difficult person. I really don't. I have rules I have to abide by, so I believe everyone else has to abide by those damn rules as well. Now, granted, I don't believe some of these rules should be upheld if the people who installed or stated these rules don't follow those damn rules as well. Because that's like hypocrisy. It's not helping anyone, and it's just making things worse for everyone. So, was he really running away from me? What are you doing? Oh crap. Oh, he'll burn up. He'll be fine. So, I'm sure he saw me. So, yeah, I'm all complaining here, but I'm getting it out, and I'm sure the appropriate people are watching and going, I've never seen her complain. This is quite the story. This is, if any of this is true, yeah. I can guarantee it is. I haven't even got to, like, all the worst parts. These are just some of the annoying parts. Oh, I guess it gets way worse. Some of the stuff I can't really talk about, like, anywhere. Possibly Patreon, but I'd have to put, like, some trigger warnings to certain people. Because, holy flip. Let's go to drop. Alright, so. I'm a complex life form that has lived through a lot of stupid crap. I have the patience of a saint, but not for those hurting my loved ones or children. I get triggered by abuse. Like people being like abusive to each other. That irks me. Because I'm like, dude, what the flip? First off, like, what the flip? Why? It doesn't make sense to me. If we're all supposed to figure out, like, a way to live amongst each other, and everybody is just sitting there making everything horrible for one another, how is that, flip? It's like, get ready to get effed up, because, like, I'm not standing in anyone's way when it comes to them coming after you. It's like, flip. You hurt mine or my own, I'm right ahead. Just go on. To anyone who wants to come after you. Doesn't matter who does it. I'm sure somebody will come after you. If you done something wrong, someone's gonna get you. See, I believe in working off things, whereas others believe that people should view the full extent of what they have done onto, I was told humanity, but I can also sub that word for each other. So it's like, people wanting to be righteous and whatever. So I do not mock people who are trying to be righteous. Just consider what your righteousness is going to do to other people in the way or surrounding area of those you're trying to be righteous on. I shouldn't really call them my family. I should call them my loved ones, because, like, people who are still technically considered my family have been really, really awful to me. I don't think I want to lump them in with the people I do really consider family, Like, all of the animals that I've had over the years, they are my loved ones. I love them like nobody else would love their animals. I know I'm being like, what is that called? Not facetious or whatever. It might be a little facetious about saying how I love them more, but I mean those individuals. I personally love them more than other people had loved those individuals. Not that anyone could love anyone more than what I had loved them. Okay? So, seeing as how most of you didn't know my loved ones, I thought that would be more so explanatory. But, it's good to, like, make sure that there's no confusion in there. So, I love deeply. And what is that? Unabashedly? I think it's fully, truly, and unabashedly, I give my all in the ones I love. And I'm telling you, if you don't love someone fully, and then they end up dying on you, you're gonna regret not giving them everything they possibly could have gotten from you. Well, they could have gotten it from you. Like, that regret might just eat you up, is what I'm trying to get at. Whether it be like a little snail, or a bird, or like a wolf, or a dog, or a cat. Dude, spoil them flippin' rotten. Don't make them fat balls of fur or feathers, but spoil them with your attention. Spoil them with your love. That's what they want. That's what they need. I don't want you, like, making excuses of why you couldn't take them to the park. Or flippin'... what is that called? Or why you couldn't buy them that nice little kitty toy or whatever that you said you were going to buy them. They want your flippin' attention. You can have just as much fun in the backyard or taking a little stroll around the neighborhood as you can going around into like some dog park or cat park or whatever. You know, spend some time with them. They're your loved ones, too, you know? You didn't say they're your fur babies or whatever that term is. They love you, they deserve the love back, you know? They got that understanding, that unrelenting, understanding, like unrelenting, there's a word for it. I'm trying to say the word for it, but I'm having trouble. Unconditional love for you. You should give them some unconditional love back. 'Cause, like, dude, not only have they possibly been with you their whole lives, but you're the only person they know. So, would you not want to be somebody worth being remembered in their eyes as well? Oh, hey, look, there's a mine down there. Take a picture. Anytime now. There we go. Oh crap, it's getting dark again. Oh look, there's a village. So many holes. I love you, Coco. I love you. Coco's my fish. I'm gonna miss him. I technically can't take him with me because I have nothing to carry him in, and I don't think I can take him on a bus. Which is both sad and true. Oh crap.
No. No.
Crap. It is 9:02. So, yeah. Let's save and quit and see what the last little, like, saying is, you know, the little word of the day, the quote of the day, or whatever. A random saying that ends up being on Minecraft. Hope it perks us up. Minecraft, counting on you. So, I'm going to try to watch something comical and happy to make me feel better. I suggest you do the same. It's like a riddle wrapped in a mystery. Minecraft. You had one job. Something happy. You could have said, like, fungi cows are amazing or something. I would have sat there and giggled, but the riddle wrapped in a mystery sounds like, you know, a hot dog wrapped with bacon. I mean, it's mystery meat. Yeah, get it? Bacon, people don't normally know where bacon's actually. Anyways, that might have been better than that. You've saved this time, Minecraft. Alright, well, have a good one.